I've been called racist. I've been called sexist. I've been called paranoid for trying to draw attention to this problem on my channel. And I know who I am, so I don't get personally offended when I'm called those things. What bothers me is that it reminds me of how many stupid people there are in this world. People who are so incapable of putting themselves in someone else's shoes that they think the reason that I'm worried about a masked man... Hi, who you for? I'm sorry? Using a female's account is because I'm paranoid, not because I have no clue who is in my car. People who are so narrow-minded that they think I'm sexist when I expect women to have the courtesy of not threatening me the moment I meet them.
What's your name? I don't know.
Why don't you know? Don't kill
Hi.
her. I'll kill you. Wait, it's fine. Why don't you know my name?
And don't consider that it's because I have no clue who is getting in my car. People who are so obsessed with skin color that they think it's racism that causes me to get suspicious when a man, using a female's account, doesn't get out of my car. And they don't consider that maybe it's because I have no clue who is sitting in my car. Uber riders have zero protection when it comes to who gets in their car. And in its hunt for the almighty dollar, Uber could not care less. And it came to a head this past weekend when an Uber driver, a mother of 4 who was working just to provide for her family, was murdered by a man using someone else's account. You know what really pisses me off? You can scour the internet. You will not find a single instance of an Uber driver randomly being violent with passengers. Makes no sense. Why would somebody sign on to an app, give all this information that Uber requires because they want to protect riders, and then go and commit crime? But even still, at least once a week, some drunk idiot gets in my car and makes it a point to tell me how unsafe it is to get an Uber, and usually reference the girl in South Carolina that was killed by a guy that wasn't even an Uber driver.
What's my name?
Are
you laughing? But what's my name? 8027. You were laughing.
I don't like that you greeted me with "what's my name."
Well, have you heard of the girl that got stolen?
Yes, but
Yeah.
did you know that wasn't an Uber and that I don't have to take you? You hate to say it because that poor girl in South Carolina died over a simple mistake, but she made a mistake in getting into a car that wasn't an Uber. And instead of appropriately blaming that very tragic situation in South Carolina to the random psychopath who took advantage of a drunk girl's innocent mistake, the media and the politicians and the public spun this into an evil Uber driver theory. And you know why that's bad? Because it doesn't address the problem. Despite laws being passed and stupid Say My Name campaigns, every time I'm out driving, even when I'm not working Uber, people try to get in my car. This was literally the last time I drove. I didn't even have my Uber sticker up because I was taking a break to enjoy the Frosty that I wanted to treat myself to. And as I was devouring it, I thought it'd be best to pull to the side of the road. I'm barely even parked and she tries to get in the car. Now, I don't know the numbers nationwide, and if you're an Uber driver, feel free to chime in the comments with your estimates, but personally, I would guess that for every 5 rides I take, 1 of them is somebody using somebody else's account. Again, just last weekend, a whole freaking sorority tried to pile in the Uber.
Nah, I'm sorry, I can only take 4.
And when I said I couldn't take them all, the 4 girls that got in were not the account holders. Sorority girl ended up scamming me out of my ride. Your friend who called it canceled it, but that's a story for another day. The point is, if you think Uber is ever going to stop letting people use other people's accounts, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. That would absolutely crush their bottom dollar. But it's deeper than that. Uber still doesn't even require riders to provide a real name. Again, just last weekend, I get a request from Slim in Chester. And if you don't know about Chester, let's just say it's not a place you want to go joyriding at 10:30 at night. And I keep reiterating that these things happened the last time I drove because I want to make it clear. It happens all the time. I want to show you guys how Uber puts drivers in a no-win situation. And then I'm going to share a way you could help Chrissy's family. So I get a request from Slim. Slim's probably a good dude just looking for a ride. But being that it's kind of far away, not in a great neighborhood, and Slim isn't a government name, That's a no for me, dog. Now, let's say Slim isn't getting any rides because every other driver is thinking the same thing I am. So Slim asks his girlfriend to call an Uber for him. And now I get a request from Sarah instead of Slim. I already rejected one ride, which Uber punishes me for. So even though it's kind of a hike to get there, I accept it because I don't want to be punished for rejecting another ride. After driving the 15 minutes that I'm not paid for, as I'm sitting there expecting to see a Sarah come out and instead see a Slim, I'm screwed. If I don't take them, that doesn't mean I just wasted 15 minutes driving there. It also means I'm going to get docked again by Uber for canceling another ride. And that doesn't even account for the part where I have to tell the guy I can't take him. 90% of the time, it goes very badly. My car has been kicked, things have been thrown at me, I've been called names, I've been called racist, I've been reported to Uber. Or I could avoid all those things I just mentioned and just take the guy, because after all, chances are he is probably just a good dude looking for a ride. And I would bet that's exactly what was going on in Christy's head when she decided to take a guy using a female's account. It's a very, very, very common occurrence that Uber could easily prevent, but won't, because they would lose so many rides.
A very simple measure like requiring riders to provide the actual name of anyone using the account, or even providing a photo ID of themselves, would be enough to deter idiots like this guy and his girlfriend.
Little did Christy know the girlfriend who ordered the Uber was a scumbag as well. There's text message evidence of her texting, "I'm not going to jail if we get caught." Not to mention, he got the gun that he used to kill Christy from the girlfriend. Why she hasn't been arrested too is beyond me. Now, one part about this very preventable tragedy that Uber didn't contribute to, but as somebody who constantly talks about criminal justice, I can't help but mention, the man who committed this crime was recently arrested for a weapons charge and was out on bond. The system failed on so many levels here. Christy was 38 years old, leaving behind 4 children and a fiance. And I can't stop thinking about all the time that was robbed from Christy and her family. All the memories and events and occasions that will never be. And there's no amount of money that could ever replace that. But at the same time, I can't help but think about how this whole situation revolves around money. The guy who committed this crime was after money. Uber doesn't take steps to protect their drivers because it would hurt their bottom dollar. And it's no secret, people aren't out there driving Uber because we're swimming in dough. Honestly, sometimes I feel like that's why Uber drivers get the shit end of the stick. We're typically lower middle income class people just trying to better themselves. And that demographic doesn't really play well with politicians or media or big business. Too self-sufficient for charity and not sophisticated enough for respect. All that's to say, the least I can do is encourage you to head to Christy's GoFundMe. All the money's going to Christy's 4 kids. I don't know, man. Something about this story really hit home for me. Obviously, I'm an Uber driver as well. It happened in my home state, Pennsylvania. And, you know, I started driving Uber because I was flat broke and very stressed about money, and all I can think about is how right now the last thing Christy's family should have to worry about is money. So head on over to the GoFundMe. Thanks for watching, and my heart goes out to those kids and their fiance.